Okay, I feel like I need to take a quick break to say that probably is the best cupcake I've ever had.
There you go.
The consistency of the frosting, Magnolia Bravo, is very, very good.
Thank you.
And
Maybe you have a sponsor next time.
I know. Magnolia, I'm looking at you. Hi, I am Jenn Harrington, and this is my show, Eat In or Dine Out, where we meet with agency professionals, industry experts, brand marketers, and talk about the timely topic of talent. Look what I just did there.
Alliteration.
I was really impressed
Very
with myself.
nice. Wow.
I am so excited to share our guest today, the amazing Judy Pollack, who has been at Ad Age for a long time and has had just about, I think, every role on the masthead is sort of my go-to. Is that fair statement?
Yes, that would be accurate. Started as an editorial assistant. I'm now
Yep.
executive editor.
Yep.
But in between, I was Chicago bureau chief, international editor. I don't even remember half
All
of
the
them.
things.
Pretty much cleaned the bathrooms too.
I love that. But it's fair to say you know a thing or two about agencies.
I should hope so.
Yep. And what is happening in the world at large, which is part of what we're going to talk about today. So I'm very excited to have you on the show. That's the premise is Eat In, talking about in-house agency teams, the way that marketers might be thinking about talent within their own organization. And the opposite is Dine Out and talking about agencies. I feel like I know what you're going to say, but I have to ask the question. So should we eat in or dine out?
Even just being in a kitchen kind of gives me a cold sweat. Not a cook. So yes, definitely dine out.
Okay, dine out it is.
Well, you have before you
Yes.
Magnolia Bakery, which
Yeah.
is actually kind of across the street from my office. And
That's your first love. It was across the street from the office. That's how you fell in love. Okay, I got it. That's a good love story.
But whenever I'm feeling down or need a little treat or something, so I would hop over to Magnolia. I thought since we're having a celebration today,
We
and
are.
they're small, like small
Yes.
agencies, which are my
You're
favorites,
so good.
it would be appropriate.
You want to talk about maybe how Ad Age pivoted a little bit towards the small agency market when you started the Small Agency Awards and some of those things? Like what was happening then that made you see an opportunity there?
It was actually the genesis of one of our reporters at the time,
Oh.
who's no longer with us, but she started to talk to me about, I really think all the best creative work is coming from some of these small agencies.
Oh, that's
and
great.
they're not being
Great to hear.
recognized as such.
Yeah.
And we thought, well, how can we bring that to light?
Yeah.
And that's how it started. It started with the awards and then the conference.
Yeah.
And now it's gotten to be huge. Last year, I think we had about 500 people at the conference.
And I think it's so great that you are creating space for small agencies to come together as a community and share their thinking and ideas and kind of learn from what other people are seeing in the marketplace.
Yeah, that's something new. We're actually trying to build it out more this year. We have a small agency network, which
I am part of the Small Agency
Yes.
Network. I just want to say I got in.
we are really trying to
Yeah.
unite people year round.
Yeah.
Because, you know, all the small agency owners have the same problems for the
Yeah.
most part.
Yeah.
They're willing to share. And, you know,
That
there's
is
going
so
to be...
true, Judy. I'm so glad that I think there's so much goodwill among small agency owners, and I didn't know that was part of the thinking was there would be sort of a lot of exchange there.
I've never seen collaboration like
Yeah.
I have at this group. People will be like, oh, I have this personnel problem. I had that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
And it's just so exciting, and the energy is great, and
I
I'm
love
really
that.
happy about it.
There's been so much talk about big brands going to small agencies, and not necessarily unilaterally, but really being more open to working with small agencies. How do you see that changing, and what types of agencies do you think are able to, smaller agencies, are able to best address some of the needs of larger clients who might be used to working with a bigger agency?
Right. Well, I think the capabilities have expanded so much.
Yeah.
And small agencies are really, they're creative, and there's, you know, a lot less layers to go through.
Yeah.
You know, fewer approvals. You get the attention of senior management that you're not going to get, say, in an IPG or something like that.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big draw. I do think they also are looking for cost. For example, Procter & Gamble
Yeah.
has sponsored our conference for a long time, and they were looking for small agencies.
Yeah.
So they came particularly to prospect, and a lot of small agencies got work out of that.
That's terrific.
So I do think there's a lot more opening for you. You know, you're never going to get the global account for
Right,
L'Oreal or
right,
whatever
right,
like that.
right.
But I do think they're really open to this kind of talent now.
So one of the other things that I really wanted to pick your brain on, because this has been something that I think we've all been talking about, everybody sort of in the community for a long time. There's the sort of Hollywood model, right, where you might have a core team and also vetted independent freelancers and partners. How do you think small agencies are navigating this talent platform and sort of using non-employee resources in order to meet client needs?
Yeah, it's funny, when I started working with the small agency conference, it was pretty much traditional agencies all the way around. But now, in fact, the last 2 or 3 years, I've really seen an explosion of this Hollywood model, is what people are calling it.
Is that what I'm saying that? Is that what?
That's actually what, I don't know if there's a formal word for it, but that's kind of what people have been calling it. Where it's a bunch of freelancers that are pulled together to do a project or to do, and it's very much a project world these days for everybody,
sure.
right? And so I've seen that grow exponentially.
Are you seeing clients use different criteria for how they evaluate when they outsource, where they outsource, or the types of agency relationships?
Well, projects have just, upended everything at this point, right?
Yeah.
So I think what smart agencies are doing are trying to work with things like outcome-based pricing.
Yeah.
Value-based
pricing.
Value-based, right? Because that's, when you talk about cost, you don't want to be a cost center.
No.
It's a shame. Marketing is considered a cost center.
Yeah.
And that's not the case at all.
No.
So there's
Yes,
a big
Judy, no, it is
value to
not.
it. Exactly. So there's a big value to it. So you have to really, I think agencies are starting to step up and change that conversation, and feel the chutzpah or, the confidence to say, you know what, we're worth more than that.
Yeah. I mean, this is where I think Ad Age is so helpful, because clients and agencies read it, and you're putting things forward or participating in your conferences and your programs, and you're putting concepts forward for discussion that really help bring people to the table, and to be able to have shared language as a client and an agency partner about what do these things mean, how do they need to work, and how can we be flexible in how we come to agreement on putting together a project or how we're going to hold ourselves accountable. So I think you guys are doing a really great job.
Oh, thank you. That's what we try. I mean, the idea is we help you do your job better.
Yes.
And that's really what's at the core of pretty much everything we write.
All right, Judy, this is the moment in the show where everyone gets a chance to do a shameless plug.
Well, you don't want to start me on small agencies, but since you asked,
yes,
it's really a dear project to my heart. It's a small agency
and
conference.
I love that.
It is. It's a great thing. It's annual. It's in July every year.
Yep.
And everybody's so collaborative and fun, and it's just
great speakers.
Yeah, and it really has
great people.
A not stuffy energy.
Yes.
And you've been to those conferences where everybody's like.
Yeah.
This is like people stand up and say, hey, I don't believe that, or whatever, So it's really fun. And this year we've extended it for the first time to create a small agency network. So
great.
A lot of agencies were invited to come and join. There's going to she's in it. And it's, there's a WhatsApp group where people can talk about where you're going to go. I'm here, or you want to meet for a drink, or, but also to share, I have a problem with personnel.
Whatever,
has anybody had that problem? And we're going to have special content for it, and meetups and conferences, and you name it.
So I want to thank the lovely Judy Pollack for being on our show today and for talking about some of the trends and things that are changing the face of the agency landscape. Please, I always say this wrong, follow, subscribe to Hatch on the platform of your choice. And please send us a note if you or a CMO might like to be on our show.